what would you say the discernment is between a passion and a gift?
Damn, that's a good question. I would initially say love. In that the thing that you are gifted at, I've seen often not necessarily be appreciated. If it comes easy, sometimes people don't tout it with the level of respect that it is to be deserved.
What's going on, fam? This is KR Jones of the Off the Strength podcast, and I am here to tell you to like, listen, subscribe, and if you're feeling freaky, visit offthestrength.com. That's where you can go and get more information on us. That's where we can link, we can build, we can connect, and let's make this thing work.
Yeah, I'm at the phase where I got maximum 2, maybe 3 moves on the day where it's this cold, bro.
You better than me.
You already knocked out 2 moves, bro, and you said you had a third.
I don't actually.
Straight back to the crib with it?
That's it for me, bro. I had my yoga, you know what I'm saying? I did all I needed to do.
Like, Saturdays used to be full of the excursions and adventures, bro. It's like, yo, everything coming outside, booked and busy, man. I got invited to so many parties I have the slightest of hesitation to turn down. It's like, yo, this is going to be an amazing time to have the joy of missing out, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, I want that for y'all, but
Jomo.
It's too cold. Embracing the Jomo.
Joy of missing out. You missed me and my presence.
That's it, man. That's it. But hopefully, you know, they can hear this and know that the warmth is still there. Ain't that right, Brother Jones?
It's in your heart.
What's good, everybody? What's good? Welcome back to yet another episode of Off the Strength, where we're giving you an inside look into all things wellness culture. I'm a trainer called Tony, and of course, with me, I got a gentleman of extraordinary league.
KR Jones is in the building.
That's right, folks. We are back. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all type from near and far, you are in store for a treat because it's the return of the variety show. That's when you give you our best foot forward. So hopefully you, in turn, take your best foot forward. You do that 2-step, that tango, whatever it is you need to do to make it on through the week with the best goddamn wellness information available.
Yay!
Now, Brother Jones.
What's the word?
How has your week been, sir? What's going on?
Man, if I had to sum up my week, it would be from some bars from a Ransom song that I was listening to.
Okay.
And it said, to go in front of 1,000, you got to be willing to outwork thousands in front of nobody.
Okay.
I've been outworking thousands in front of nobody.
Man, I'm sorry about that.
For a chance to get in front of thousands, Tone.
Yeah,
You know,
I resonate with that entirely too much. And I'd be frustrated as hell sometimes, you know, doing that quiet work, man. But it's the work that ends up letting you grow ultimately. And sometimes that growth is going to have to be done, you know, without people understanding or seeing.
Sit it up.
Yeah, man. So take me through there. What was going on in your world as you're, you know, unpacking this and you're doing the quiet work, so to speak?
A lot of it has just been, like I mentioned before, recentering, right? Like recentering what matters, recentering what needs to be done, and making sure everything else is in alignment. I'm eating good. I'm working out. I'm following up. I'm doing the open task. I'm closing the loop, and it's just like that on repeat. And you do it once, and you feel like, oh, I need to celebrate this moment. Nah, you just got to keep doing it because ain't nobody going to celebrate you for it.
Job's not done.
The job is never done.
Kobe shit.
Pretty much.
Coming in.
Yeah, so it's like realizing that nobody's going to save you and there's not going to be a reward for doing the shit that you need to do. So you just got to keep doing it.
Man, I have had that same thought kind of be circulating in my mind too in the upcoming weeks, man. I don't know if I was doing the quiet work in front of thousands quite so, but I think the thought that came up for me this week that was the most provocative was really seeing people arrive at a decision that I had made a long time ago for an opportunity to come forward, right? So I'm looking at it as, okay, the work and effort that we put in last year is now just starting to get to the interest of, hey, by the way, all right, we couldn't do this at the time that you wanted, but maybe this can happen right now, right? And honestly, I've been dancing around to like, yo, the immediate reaction is, hey, when I needed this, where the fuck was you? It's like, okay, now that it's here, how do you justify or how do you round that kind of corner, so to speak? Get over and get through. And I wanted to bring that into that ATP because I feel like it's something that I've been trying to put a lot more intentionality into, Brother Jones. So I want to talk about separating thoughts from feelings and then turning those into actions, if you don't mind, sir.
For sure.
Now, as I laid it out for a second, Kyle, have you ever had any instances where you had maybe something that could be a net positive, but you had some negative feelings attached to it because of, what didn't go right or what you believe should have been just?
Every day.
Talk to me about it, bro.
Every day of my life that I've lived, I feel like, just speaking selfishly, I should be way more successful than I am. And that's relative, right? Because there's people that look at me and be like, yo, he is extremely successful. He does this, he do that, he dress like this, he draw that. But on the scale of where I want to be in life, I feel like I should have way more. And a huge part of that not happening is everything that you've laid out of arriving to a point, arriving to understanding, that understanding not being met with whatever you thought the outcome would be. And now I have feelings from that.
Yeah.
And those feelings are a mix of resentment, of frustration, of, everything that you can humanly possibly feel when there's disappointment because it didn't go the way that you thought it would go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, in order to get past that, it's just that you have to let that shit go, right? You have to be like, all right, I understand the full scope of this play, right? Now, because I have this information, me knowing this doesn't make this process easier, but it does allow me to set my expectations. It allows me to detach and separate from what I feel the outcome should be, and hopefully get everybody else on board with where they need to be so that this can be executed appropriately. I can't do it myself. I've tried. Y'all fucked it up every time. You know what I'm saying? So now it is up to me to be like, okay, let me put people in the right position.
Yeah.
Maybe it's my delivery. Let me separate how I feel and put that energy into this is how we're going to make this work.
Yeah. As a person who suffers from the delivery being the issue.
Yeah, for sure.
99.9%
You
of
from
the
Brooklyn,
things.
son. You talk with your heads.
I don't. I really do come at it with the best of intention. It's just, when things escalate, they go the way that they go, right?
Yeah.
But in all honesty and in, just trying to be in a space of vulnerability is like that frustration and that disappointment that's felt often has blocked a lot of, I think, opportunity going forward, right? Because you do get that chip on your shoulder kind of aspect, right? I think it is a great place to start to be upset, and it is in the starting of being upset, you start to process the emotion that's around it, the disappointment and all the rest of that. It's a terrible place to stay, right? Like we've talked about multiple times, the pain through all these different things. It's telling you something about your circumstance. And I think, Kyle, a lot of the ways that we can kind of back our way out of, okay, if I want to see myself doing a marathon, well, I could back out into here's the 52-week program that you should take to get into there. If you take the pain point from why you're upset and understand that and work back, sometimes I think it gives you a good enough way to get over or get through the emotion of the situation in order for you to advance. And I think that pivotally is something that is a big defining moment in life. So it's like when you could take that hurt and transition it not just into, we talk about turning hurt into art and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, if you can turn it into strategy and understand where you can go further because of the feelings that you want, you're able to come up with things like boundaries and spaces that would prevent you from feeling that same hurt again, would prevent you from going through that same, mishap or you getting your just due because you knew enough to ask at the forefront for it and you didn't accept anything that wasn't going to allow that to happen. So in all of that, I'd say trying to put that into the perspective of that ask the professional side, going through that discomfort, separating thoughts, feelings, and actions is something that I think has been pretty pivotal. The best way for me to do that has been to try to write that stuff down, to have some of that self-talk. The morning notes really do sound a little bit different when you take that time to actually spend some quiet time in that discomfort. It's like, all right, what's really going on? What's the play here? What's the problem here? So hopefully you can make your way through the solutions. Do you have any way that you process that?
Yeah, and just how you laid it out, separation, right? Thoughts, feelings, actions. I would even throw discipline in that category because those are things that will translate through life, right? You're going to have thoughts, feelings, and actions about work, about your relationship, about your family, about your friends, about everything you do in life the same way that discipline ain't never going to change. The discipline you have in work, in your personal life, in your creative endeavors, all of that is all going to be categorized the same way. It's never going to be on sale, right? You never going to buy it at a discount. You have to allow yourself to grow and develop in those spaces. And that's the only way that it's going to move forward.
Man, all right. I appreciate that. Hopefully y'all picking up what we putting down, but that was a little bit of that ATP on thoughts, feelings, and actions, Brother Jones. Now, it's time for some action too, bro.
Okay.
It is some wild stuff happening out here in these fitness streets. I got to talk about a little bit of the good.
Uh-huh.
Got to talk about some bad.
All right.
And Kyle, I want to talk about some things that might be ugly. That's right. It's time for this week's episode of Ripped from the Headlines. And first things first, Kyle. We are in the Arctic tundra known as New York City. Did you see that this week that there was the first ever Fare Evasion Olympics hosted in the subway? And this is challenging the new turnstiles that have just been unleashed around New York City. Did you see anything about this, Kyle?
No, I did not.
So there was a dancer going up against a rock climber.
I did see this.
Yes.
Yes. And by dancer, you mean stripper.
Hey, listen, there's a profession that somebody has.
There's a stripper, a rock climber, and who's the third one again? I forgot who the third dude was.
Parkour athlete.
Parkour, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was excited about this. I felt like the feats of strength that we was talking about before.
Stripper didn't win.
Stripper, I could tell what kind of club she danced at. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
From all things measured and all things shown in the athletic prowess, I know what type of place you going to.
For sure.
How do you feel about people taking to the streets and showing their athleticism off to get over the fares, Kyle?
It's all fun and games till you start getting booked.
And that's the shit that I really wanted to land on, because they will take your ass to real jail for doing this right now. It's kind of crazy, and you better have a clean record. That's all I'm going to tell you. This is a PSA. If you riding dirty, do not do anything for anybody to take your freedom, because today of all days, I'm telling you, it's going to happen quicker than you think.
Fam, I had a homie that he was writing on his story on IG about basically the same type of concept. The subway, the thing that you pay for wasn't allowing him to pay, so they all ended up hopping. Police gathered everybody, let everybody go but him.
Yeah.
He was the only black dude.
Come on, bro.
They looked him up in the system. He had a fare evasion in 2007.
That's nasty work.
They said, man, it's your second offense. He said, bro, it's 20 years.
It's 20 years ago, I was a kid.
You telling me this is my second offense? I'm telling you, like, if you got some dirt on your name,
Do not do it.
Don't even do it.
Don't give nobody a reason to stop you out here, man. This is some scary times, bro. Scary times indeed. All right, Kyle, I'm going to get out of one not quite Olympic event.
Okay.
And I got to tap into another one, man, because the Enhanced Olympics, the Enhanced Games, is going to be coming out this May. Now, Kyle, when I talked to you about the Enhanced Games, we covered this story a while back. The Enhanced Games are the pro-doping sporting agencies. It's going to be going for people who are explicitly using steroids to compete head-to-head across all of these different things. Now, I feel like this is going to be a hit in a different type of way because when was baseball the most exciting, Kyle?
Yeah, when everybody was juiced up.
Barry's head was big as hell, knocking home runs into a whole different state.
That's another hit, Barry Bonds. You know?
How you feel about these Enhanced Games?
We out of here,
set to
baby.
come out?
I don't want to see it.
Why not?
Because, man,
what's wrong with the Enhanced Game? If you know everybody's on bullshit, first of all, let's pause for a second.
you take it away from the sport.
Your regular sports, everybody in professional regular sports, they doing this shit too.
Yeah.
I don't want to point nobody out,
Like,
but there's been some people very recently just caught up in that same bullshit.
that gets selectively, caught, if you will. Paul George was doing a little ketamine.
That was you. Why'd you put Paul out there like that?
Hey, man, he was. He acknowledged it, and that's 25 games he's sitting out. I'm not here for the juicing game just because you taking away from the sport, bro. I don't care that everybody's doing it and we know you doing it. That's not how the sport was meant to be played.
I'm around for it. Bring back the gladiator shit. I want to see big-headed individuals going at it. Feats of strength, bro.
I see what you on.
You can't. All right, my first Enhanced Game, I want people to do a live action version of the Street Fighter level where you had to fight the car, but you got to beat up a Tesla, like the Cybertruck. You gotta whoever could cause the most damage to a Cybertruck with their bare hands.
With their bare hands?
Yeah,
is
yo, Street Fighter
insane.
style.
Nah, man. See, you really on some other stuff. We don't need no more none of that foolishness on TV.
It's live action Street Fighter.
On streaming platforms or none of that. We don't need it.
I'm here for it, bro. All right, man. I don't know why you hating, man. I don't know why you can't see where the future is going, Kyle, but I'm going to tell you I have. Now, Brother Jones, I have been reporting on the alternative beverage market since the top end of last year, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
The alternative beverage market, specifically thinking about THC-infused beverages. Kyle, did you see that this week that United Center in Chicago is going to be the first professional sports stadium that's going to allow THC-infused beverages in their stadiums?
I did not see that. That sounds pretty fly, if you will.
Yeah, I'm telling you right now, man. So people are going to have 5 milligram drinks readily available in the same spaces that they have the same equivalent to what an alcoholic beverage is. Them tall boys in there. You're going to have a tall boy THC beverage. Max is going to be about 5 milligrams per can. I'm going to tell you, I like where this trend is heading, Kyle.
Yeah.
Pro sports is getting behind it. We had the minor league sports behind it last year. Now you're going to start seeing more and more of these same brands that we see on these other shelves, putting out some of these alternative beverages. People are moving further away from the alcohol side. They're looking at the side effects of that, and they're saying, you know what, I can still get a little bit buzzed without having that kind of negative side effect. I don't know, man. People are starting to move more and more into the Tony camp, bro.
This is the good days before it gets poisoned by the alcohol company when they start taking over all the weed industry. But I'm here for it. I think, Chicago has a little bit of a dark past when it comes to crime. I don't know if you recall, but there was a moment when the mascot, the bull, Benny the Bull, got jammed up for serving people.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, years ago,
you breaking us some.
You got to do your Googles, but he got jammed up because he was serving people in the mascot costume.
That's crazy. I don't know nothing about what Kyle's talking about. United Center. I'm here. Come down.
I'm just speaking my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is this is not their first time dabbling in such.
Well, speaking about somebody who is also no stranger to the dangers of marijuana, Kyle.
Okay.
When I say the word Willie Nelson, or the name Willie Nelson, I should say, what comes up for mine?
You know how much a dime bag cost back in my day? Dime.
Well, Willie done got a whole lot of dimes and scraped them together, right?
Oh, I bet he did.
$15 million to be exact. Okay, $15 million has just been injected into his newest pursuit, Willie's Remedy. Okay, it's a $15 million company that just got announced. If I told you that Willie's Remedy was a shot-based THC beverage, it is a spirit that is just as free as Willie's Remedy right here. We try and get some of them spirits out here.
Yeah.
I want to smoke with Willie one time, but Kyle, if you see one of the most pronounced stoners in history getting into this alternative beverage market already, again, within minutes of talking about this, 15 million up, how you feeling about hearing about this, bro?
I mean, listen, I feel like he on his way to a AP, a little Arnold Palmer. You know what I'm saying? He about to get a beverage named after him.
Come on, man. What would Willie's beverage be named?
I need you to relax. All right, we not going to do what would Willie up in here.
What would it be named?
Willie says, that's it. He don't need nothing else.
Willie's Wet Whistles.
Yeah.
It's going to be the one that's out there. Get it done, bro.
Willie's Wet Whistles is the one, for
That's
sure.
it. That's it, man. He's trying to make everybody happy out here, getting your social enhanced tonics. Again, they are showing it. It kind of looks like a tequila shot, but this is a THC shot, man. I thought that was pretty funny. And Kyle, last but not least on my side of these wellness streets, New Jersey has just been announced as the next state to legalize magic mushroom therapy. So you talked about ketamine a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
Ketamine has been shown to have some antidepressive benefits in their therapeutic setting, right? So has psilocybin, Kyle. So now psilocybin therapy becoming something that is going to be more accessible to people out in New Jersey to help them with things like PTSD, with like depression, with a whole host of different mental health related disorders. How do you feel about hearing about this?
It sounds good. As someone that has definitely participated in mushrooms, not on a recreational level, but more on a spiritual level, if you will.
Understood.
I understand the powers of such. I'm happy to hear that the science is catching up to it, when people can do this medicinally and scientifically as opposed to just recreationally. I would love to see that. It's definitely still recognized as a federal drug, obviously. it just says a lot about the world where the drugs are literally like
Yep.
saving people.
And to that level and that regard, this is something that I see as a net positive because I do have the reverence. So some people are using this stuff recreationally. Again, to your point, I don't know. We've never had that exchange. You know what I mean? And in the positive of this story, it's got to have the right setting if it's going to be in the medical side of it. So there's going to be a therapist administering a specific amount in a controlled environment. Like all of those things are good because these compounds actually work. I think a lot of people have that misnomer on what's going on and what some of these party things are opening up. And if you don't have the right kind of your own intention going into it, it's helpful to have somebody that can help you kind of like shape that direction. So I say it's a net good, man. That's going to be it from what I saw in these wellness streets. What are your thoughts, my friend?
Man, that was a lot. I got a lot too. It's been a minute since we touched down on the NYC, so I broke it up into I'm gonna give you some good, then immediate bad.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna give you some good again, then immediate bad, and then we're gonna finish with a little ugly.
Okay.
Right? First off, are you familiar with the compound called irisin?
No, sir.
Irisin apparently can be released when bike riding. Right?
Okay.
It's been found out that this is one of those chemicals in the body that releases and allows you to feel active and grow, as well as fight things like dementia because it creates new neurons in your brain path.
Okay.
Right? I saw that and I was like, okay, some new studies is showing that like bike riding could actually do more than just burn calories.
I like that.
It could improve your life to live a longer life to fight these diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia and brain diseases from a lack of motion.
Yeah, I do think that there's a strong correlation between like your cognitive function and your ability to move. So, and when you do so in that problem solving kind of side of the brain, kind of like when knowing a map or doing all that stuff, you get to reinforce some stuff that I think a lot of people just don't do if they're not active.
Because they be home sitting on their ass, right? Now, speaking of being home and sitting on your ass, are you familiar with a company called Garmin?
Yes, I am. The watch company.
Of course you are. Right now, what if I were to tell you that they was pump faking a new device out that was similar to what Whoop would do?
Yeah. So we were just talking about staying still, and the good brother Hassan just pulled up a clip from the Diary of a CEO. Kyle, you got anything on that clip?
So the Diary of a CEO, led by Stephen Bartlett, and he was interviewing a woman named Luisa Nicola, and the topic that they came to was active sedentary.
Yeah.
Which was a term that describes someone that would work out weekly between 30 to 60 minutes consistently, but would sit for 10 hours a day.
Yeah.
Back in my day, we had a term for this. This term was called skinny fat, right? Skinny fat was the type of person that if you looked at them, they visibly looked fine. They looked in shape. But then if you gave them any strenuous activity, they would not be able to do it by any means, right? Like when I think about someone of this category, yes, it makes a lot of sense because everybody is in that realm of working from home, right? Or working remotely, which means that you're not in the office setting like you were before. People are actively not getting up and going as much. They sitting home, right?
Yeah, I would say I can't put them all in the skinny fat category like you did.
No. Skinny fat is a small population. It's not all.
I will say that sounds like the typical 9 to 5 person who's active and into the wellness space because you're usually going
after
into
30.
Yeah. You're going into an office space where you are going to be in, I would say, in the most part. If you're middle class, like white collar kind of job, that's everybody that's in there. That's nothing shocking to see them sitting for the bulk majority of that day. You got the maybe 2 homies in the office that got the working desk, and y'all know how y'all really feel about the person who got the walking desk in the office.
The same way we feel about the dude with the book bag that got the wheels that you pull.
The stand-up desk, you got to hear that thing in the middle of your conference calls.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to do all the rest of that. All right, so in the clip, they recommend actually getting up almost like imam style every hour on the hour and doing 8 air squats, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to let you know right now, your office politics, please check this before you take out any of these recommendations. Because
you'd be surprised, man.
I don't know, fam. I'm going to tell you right now. Matter of fact, Kyle, I want you to hear this from me. Don't do that shit at your job, bro.
Listen.
You get up and you start squatting.
We have everything that you laid out.
Hey, I'm
from
looking me in my eyes.
the elevated
Don't
desk.
do that shit at your job, bro.
We got the desk with the treadmill. You know what I'm saying? There's plenty of space for you to walk around.
If you look the way you look and you just get up and start busting these out in the middle of the quad,
it's going to start a revolution.
They're going to look at you different, okay?
It's going to start a revolution. Listen, man, when I worked at the mural painting company, we had a dude, I want to say he might have been like German or something. And he was, when you would burn the images for like the murals, you would spend literally like 8 hours just tracing what this mural looks like on this board.
Yeah.
Every hour, he would go and get a little box. Homie would knock out a little 20 pack of push-ups, just getting it on the ground. And I'm like, yo, I respect it. Like, you know, homie just got to bust out a few 20 and get right back to it. So I do think that there is a lot of people that will suffer from this. I do think it's also that 30 and plus club when you're not going out as much as you were, you're not in the clubs, you're not outside. So after work, you're just trying to relax. I also think that we think about where we are culturally. You think about Netflix and streaming platforms that design these shows that get you to stay in the couch and watch. Like, fam, a movie when we was growing up was an hour and 40 minutes at best. The longest movie in my generation was like Titanic, and that had like 2 VHS tapes, and that was like 3 hours. And it was like, man, that's a long-ass movie. Now you've got shows that are an hour an episode, and you got 8 to 12 episodes.
And you binge the whole day.
And they design it to have you literally watch after every episode. Like, it slides into the next one. Like, that's not a flaw, that's a feature. Like, it's designed to do that, you know? So you have to actively get up and move.
I feel you, man. I feel you. And again, public service announcement to all my black brothers out here specifically.
Yeah.
If you show up to the office space and you start lunging, squatting, and doing push-ups, they're going to think you came out of that place.
Yo, they got a pull-up bar in the office, bro. I'm telling you.
I be seeing when the evaluations come in and you start knocking out the dips, they're going to have a different set of rules for you, man. Pay attention.
This brings me into the next trend that I've seen. Next trend that I've seen is an uptick in dead hangs.
Okay.
Right now.
I have seen that.
Now, tell me about your dead hang knowledge just off top.
For a lot of different things, the correlation between your grip strength is going to be a indicator of how you're going to be able to move throughout the different courses of your life, different phases of your life. The stronger your hands tend to be, the stronger your spine tends to be, the stronger you're able to like stabilize yourself and shift. And yeah, it's a good correlation to tell you how your baseline health is.
Grip strength, structural alignment, core
Spinal,
engagement, all of that is a part of the benefits. But it's just been one of those things that I've seen on my timeline repeatedly. I've seen an older woman who was like 80 who broke the Guinness World Record for doing it for like 3 minutes because her husband died. And I've seen a bunch of old people like, yo, listen, if you do actual pull-ups, you're going to dead hang. You get what I'm saying? You have to go to that full range of motion. Now, if you out here Chihuahua pumping, there's a lot of folks out there that Chihuahua pump and you be kipping and doing all types of other CrossFit stuff. It ain't a real pull-up. If you're doing real pull-ups, you're gonna do a dead hang. So just do real pull-ups.
Remember why I was telling you why you shouldn't participate in the workout section at work? You gonna say something like that to the wrong person.
Get off the bar. It's still your motherfucking set. We bringing all that back, right?
Just understand I had a reason for that.
Now, while we in this realm of working out, I've also had my algorithm show me a bunch of folks with a home gym setup. Now, I kind of, let the cat out the bag a little bit, but if I mention the name Taraji P. Henson, Al Roker, and Roland Martin, what do you think all of them got in common?
That's I would hope to say Academy Award winners in some fashion. That's the safest bet. Yep.
All of these folks had a home gym that came across my timeline, right? Now, Taraji P has the most fire home gym, obviously, because she's the youngest of Al Roker and Roland Martin. I don't even know if you up on Roland Martin, but he was a brother that was behind TV1 back in the day, which is like adjacent to BET. He big in the DMB. He be on commercials, shaming folks. It's crazy. But I want you to see Taraji P. Henson's setup and just give me some notes on what you're looking at.
I like it. First, they're starting off with a lot of smart equipment inside here. rotations and chops, magnetic resistance machines.
She getting after it, right? It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you got a little paper.
This is the I forgot what this machine specifically is called, but I've seen it before for sure. The amp. That's what that is. So this is an amp ad, bro.
That's what I'm telling you, right? So they giving you the home setup, the home gym. Taraji P. Henson is in the future. Now I just want you to look a little bit at your man Al Roker right now.
So this is not fair because you just put a fitness influencer who is, you know, for all intents and purposes, I like how everybody comes that way eventually in the story arc, and it's not too dissimilar from the other story arc that I was telling you about before. But nonetheless, yeah, she's operating for a whole different thing. Why you messing with Al, man? Al be out here giving you the news.
I just asked for a play-by-play of his setup in comparison to Taraji P.
This is like
Henson's.
a real setup of an old man who's still trying to get after it, man. We seen Al.
He got a power plate, bro.
I like it.
That's not cheap to have just in the crib, but it ain't an amp. You know
I
what I'm saying?
respect the hustle. Al is moving inspirationally to me. You hating.
I'm not hating.
You compared his at-home workout to a literal commercial. That's not okay.
We got one more. We got one more to give me. Now,
she had camera people. Al shot that himself.
Listen, bro. I told you I was gonna give you the good and the bad from the top. I gave you the good and I gave you the bad. We're gonna look at the Jordan 6 commercial. When I say the infrared 6, what comes to mind for you?
I forgot what game that is, but I definitely know what they did to the streets.
Okay, the Jordan 6 was one of them ones, man. It was one of those shoes that just had the streets on lock. Now, there was a new commercial out. I would say Jordan and Nike specifically have been targeting women as the uptick has grown in women's basketball. You look at what Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and all of these figures have done. That industry is being pushed. So now I have a commercial that come across my desk of a Jordan 6. You've got Niecy Nash that's in there as the fairy godparent that's granting her wishes about, she rubbed her 6 because they replicated the Spike Lee. Somebody messed up her shoe. She rubbed off the scuff and the genie popped out. That's giving her the insights on what do you want to be. You could run the world. You could be a basketball player. You could do this. You could do that. And I'm like, damn. Where was this commercial when I was young? Because I ain't never see nothing like this. So you're listening to it or looking at it with no volume, but off the site, what are you seeing?
I mean, I like to see the representation. This looks like very intentionally woman-focused. It's also black woman-focused, so that's a strong sight to see for Nike. I think this is actually one of the rare good things that I've seen Nike do in a long time. So yeah, man, it looks like they finally got some people who understand what cultural currency could mean in a real time, in a real space.
I love how you put that, because my next story is Nike's investigation.
Damn it!
By the EEOC over claims that there has been discrimination against the white workers, Tony.
Yeah, I want to just stop that hard press. You know why?
The white workers are mad. They had it up to here. Everything you said about this black commercial, they tired of it.
They sick of that, right?
It was no white people in that commercial.
You know what I felt like? Hey, if you wasn't an athlete that made it to the Nike campus, the head Nike campus, and you was not an athlete, you know that this is not true.
Amen.
Passionately. And I know too many people over there, so I ain't gonna tell you why I know it's not true. But hey, nah.
Hey, man, listen.
As soon as the Just Do It start, if you didn't have a jersey on,
listen, brother.
This is a bullshit sentiment.
Hey, man, all I'm saying was that came across my timeline, and
I saw it on a lot of people's timeline.
There's discrimination against white workers.
I'm gonna go back to what?
Where's the headquarters again?
We got to qualify workers
because the headquarters in Compton, right? That's where it's at.
No. It's in Beaverton.
Okay.
Beaverton.
Yeah, in which state is that
People
again?
make you think it's Portland. No, it's in Beaverton. You know why I know that?
Yeah.
I can't even go fully into why I know that, Kyle.
Okay.
But let me let you know.
Yeah, listen.
I'm going to tell you workers is a very fun term to hear in this whole thing. And it's like, all right, so if you wasn't talent, let me let you know how the rest of that campus look. I'm a very, very detail-oriented person. You know what I didn't notice a lot of?
Color.
Hey. In the Jordan building, Kyle. You know what you don't see a lot of in the Jordan building?
Color.
I'm just trying to tell you, bro. I was looking around. I was like, hey, man, they got a lot of nieces and nephews. Phil got a lot of people that he know.
Which is going to slide me into my ugly. I feel like we didn't did a lot to get to where we are present day. We didn't talked about the good and the bad immediately followed, but this is really ugly, Tone. Now, there has been I would say a call out has happened. You know how normally there's the call in, but this seems like a call out to specific people, right? Now, the quote I'm gonna give you is high, horny, and dehydrated.
Oh, damn.
When I say those
sounds
three,
like a terrible combination.
When I say those three things back to back, what would you think would get you to that point?
Oh, man. It's for all intents and purposes, I think the poet and laureate Mos Def said, "We go through too much bullshit just to be messing with these drunken hot girls." Kyle.
Okay, I see what you did there. Ironically, this was a call out to people who have been watching too much Pinot, right? A little bit of porn. If you got an addiction out here, it's too many people that are high, horny, and dehydrated because they watching too much porn. This was a call out by the brother.
Wait. I can't carry the one on that last one.
I'm just telling you.
It was called out by who?
This is a call out by the brother Rex Life Raj, right? He is a rapper, well known as Rex, right? And he had a PSA, pretty much bringing people to task that, hey, man, y'all doing too much. Now, this was only followed by an email. Now, you familiar with E.N.D? Not to be confused with the UK people across the pond. I'm talking to every nigga deserves, folks.
Yes.
Now, when I tell you that I got an email, brother, just read the top line of that email that came to my inbox.
Come on, bro. I'm not doing this with you.
This is an email.
Your algorithm is crazy.
I'm telling you, bro, the email came to me and it had nothing to do with me. But I'm like, yo, this is a PSA. Now, the email for the listeners out there, for y'all to catch up, top line email says, put the dick pill down, my nigga. Yup, ... It's time to talk about it. This email then goes to detail how and what you should be doing to put down the dick pills. That's included, right? Honey packs, gas station pills. You got the roll, the Hims, the whatever. Every commercial is selling you gambling or dick pills.
Yeah, the good ones are the Ryu ones.
You see what I'm saying?
That chunk lead on the box.
It's an epidemic. And that's the ugly epidemic that we in, right? You know why? Because I think about the old times back in the day. And Papa was a Rolling Stone because that nigga was slinging dick. You get what I'm saying? He wasn't out here on no pills. He was creating families elsewhere. He ain't need no supplements.
Now I see why you were mad at the enhanced games. The enhanced games is messing up.
It's crazy.
It's fucking up the nostalgia.
We had dudes back in the day that was cool with the bald spot on the top of their head, with the ceiling missing. They was walking around proud. The George Jefferson, we don't even have that no more. You got dudes with lace fronts and toupees
in the boxing match.
Damn.
Shit look crazy.
We used to be a real world. And this is the ugliness. This came to my inbox, bro. I got an email. I don't even use dick pills.
Your algorithm is nasty, bro. Oh, man.
That's the ugly.
Hold on. I can't. All right. There's so much there.
It's a lot to unpack.
I don't even know where to start, but
okay.
How hard are you going at it to be dehydrated is the first question. I'm like,
listen, man,
check this out.
Folks historically don't drink water. You know that's the case because they out there drinking sugary beverages, man.
Fam, dehydrated?
Dehydrated, man.
That's assault at that point.
Listen, man. Folks, they doing it, bro. That's just what they doing. I'm reporting on what came to me as a wellness professional. I'm just letting you know that if that's the path you're going down, you need a change in your life.
Listen, man, I ain't trying to yuck nobody's yum, but dehydrated, son?
Dehydrated, bro.
That's crazy.
High, horny, and dehydrated with dick pills.
Gotcha. I gotta take a knee on the next play, bro. This is
we're gonna slide out of that, bro. I said good, bad, and we was gonna end on the ugly, and goddamn it, I delivered on what I said I was gonna do.
We gotta save the youth, man.
We gotta slide out of that. We're gonna go into our Raising the Bar segment.
Oh man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all types from near and far, you are now in store to raise your bar. Brother Tone.
I'm still in fear of where we're about to go.
Nah, man, we left that ship alone, man. We raising the bar now.
All right, we
Now,
back up.
I came across another video unrelated to anything that
Yeah,
we've talked
algorithm
about
again.
today. Algorithm completely different. This video was Robert Glasper.
Okay.
Right.
Shout out to Rob Glasper, man.
Now, Robert Glasper, I definitely seen this brother in the summertime, too, so shout out to him. I ain't say nothing to him because he was with his wife and his kids. You know, I ain't want to disrupt that man's time, so I let him be. But nonetheless, he was on a carpet somewhere, I want to say music-related, and he was asked a question about discernment between a passion and a gift, right? And my question to you first, before I dive any deeper into that, was what is your difference, or what would you say the discernment is between a passion and a gift?
Damn, that's a good question. I would initially say love. In that the thing that you are gifted at, I've seen often not necessarily be appreciated. If it comes easy, sometimes people don't tout it with the level of respect that it is to be deserved, right? Some coaches wish that they could have been the level of player that some person could just pick up and just be able to do whatever they want, right?
Yeah.
So I put that side there. Whereas passion has the connotation that it was something that you had to work for. It was something that you had to go through something in order to achieve it. It is something that is beyond a reasonable and logical pursuit. You will still go through this. That's what it is. That's what passion evokes in that side.
Off top, what would you say you're passionate about?
I am passionate about the health and wellness of people who look, act, and come from the spaces that I have been a part of in my life.
What would you say you're gifted at?
I'm gifted at being a person who can translate fairly complicated things in a easy way.
For me, this idea resonated because I feel like I'm extremely gifted in just the abilities that I have and present it to the world, but my passions aren't as bountiful as my gifts. The things that I'm passionate about aren't necessarily what makes me money, nor do I wish to really turn my passions into a monetary value, right? This passion and money concept seems like the first step that they give you in those self-help books, where it's like, you turn your passion into passive income.
And you can make it profit.
You don't work a day in your life. You seen what Pharrell said at the Grammys?
Yeah, Pharrell was on some bullshit. That's when you get to, when you get to a certain level of passion,
Yeah.
profit,
Yeah, for sure. All of that. And you just start saying shit.
you just start wilding out.
Yeah, man.
Completely unattached.
If you do what you do, if you do what you love every day, you get paid for free. What? How you get paid for free? That as a sentiment don't even make sense, brother. What are you smoking? Right? I
He's
don't
so
know.
far ahead. You niggas is behind. That's where he's at. And then when you start acting like that in real life, I'll be like, damn, bro, it's actually kind of a dick move. But all right, I still like the LVs, whatever.
Nonetheless, I say all that to say that I want to turn my gifts into money. Right, I want to turn them into something that feels natural for me.
Okay.
Because then I have the ability to separate it, to package it, and to, you know what I mean, dismantle it, or not dismantle. To I'm losing my words right now, but in order to sell this, so to speak, I have the ability to package this gift individually and serve it to whoever might need it.
Yeah, I think some part of what you're saying, I understand why dismantle comes in there, right? Because it goes into your gifts, if you use the analogy of like that toolbox, right?
Yeah.
You know why each tool does what it does, but it's hard for somebody that at the end of what you're saying would be, you have to take your gifts and turn them into a service, basically is how I would think through that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what I need until I have something that is going to be a disruption to my comfort in some way that's significant, or until you tell me, a person who I already have justifiably trusted as a person who has more information about this thing, that I'm coming to you for. That's been the preface of how many different interactions in your life now, right?
Too many.
So if I were to say, take your gifts and turn them into services, and then you can get something that is going to give you the ability to come up with a way to make your gifts feed you somehow. That's possible, right? It doesn't have to be turn your dreams into realities now. Buy for $9.99. It's like, no, there's a strategy there that if you act in service, or if you're doing kinds of service, people pay for services. It's not making it any more complicated than that. People are not going to pay for anything that's not a service. What do you actively pay for in your day-to-day? Now, how do you construct what your gift is, how you think about yourself as a service? That's going to take a different level of strategy.
I agree to everything that was laid out. My only thing that I would say is with that, I'm still never turning my passion into profit.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I want to keep that separate because everything that we just spoke about previously, like, people don't care about stuff. People actively aren't feeling anymore. Everyone has been desensitized to a lot of different things. So in order for you to find a passion, you have to feel like you want to do something.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's a soul search that has to take place to be like, you know what? I want to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to figure it out. And I think that we as a society need to separate those passions from profit.
Yeah, I definitely could agree to some aspects of that. And I would say as a driving agent, I agree. Like, profit shouldn't be the driving agent, right? And some part of me in what I've seen in the longer lens is sometimes people who show up for exclusively passion end up being subjugated in that process. So I would only say, to some extent, profit should not be the only driving force for your passions, and you should be okay with accepting some form of benefit for the thing that you're passionate about, because that is an indicator of, I would say, your passion rising to a level where people appreciate it. I don't believe in the connotations around starving artistry. I don't think that you should create from just that standpoint, because it's usually vapid and hollow. But if people along the way, like a Robert Glasper, it'd be great. Robert Glasper sells out the entire month of October. They call it Robtober at Blue Note.
His gift is music. He admitted his passion was basketball.
Right.
And that's why you don't know he played basketball.
That's funny as hell, bro. And that's what I'm saying. It's just kind of like, all right. He turned his gift to
You've never seen Robert Glasper play baskeball.
You know what is odd? Shout out to the brother Kurt Work. I have been around Robert Glasper way too many times to detail.
You ever seen him hoop?
Nah, never seen him hoop.
Because that's what he's passionate about.
That's hysterical. We was right around the corner from West 4th. He could have easily picked up basketball. Robtober happens very close to a basketball
right
court.
There. A left and a right. You there.
Yo, he's a very solid dude, man. That's crazy.
That's going to be it for our Raising the Bar segment. We're going to slide into a little bit of a relax responsibly. Brother Tone, let the good folks know how you've been relaxed responsibly this week.
Well, before I jump into that, Kyle, what is this week's Relax Responsibly relaxation segment brought to you in part by?
Off the strength.
Yeah. Off the strength that this is the place where we could put some ads.
Your ad here.
For any of your things that help people relax. So I would like to talk to all my friends in that enhanced beverage market. I'd like to talk to some people in the bombs and tinctures market and say, hey, we can have a integrated ad right here, Kyle, on the Off the Strength podcast, talking to you, that's right, about different ways to relax, much like we have laid out in previous segments. So we talked about different gummies, different, levels of beverages, tinctures, bombs, all the rest of that stuff. Kyle, I had to go without any of that to relax this week, my friend.
Okay.
Relaxation for me this week came in that unplug and stillness. I had to take a little bit of time trying to do all this damn work in the thickest of cold, navigating my way back home and helping out some people shoveling over there, bro. I could have threw some headphones on. I could have let some tunes be playing while this is going. I just needed the quiet to just play out for me because I really needed some stillness inside of my mind, bro. That's how I was relaxing this week. That was the clearest point where I was just kind of like, I am so focused in on getting this ice out this road. Nothing else matters right now.
Listen, bro, you better get you a shovel out here and go to these different neighborhoods.
Menial task. I'm back to it, bro. I'm taking it all the way back to 13, bro. We out here cleaning out some of these stoops.
Get your hands dirty.
Hell yeah, man.
This week, my relaxation came, I made a trip.
Okay.
I made a trip to Life Wellness Center over on Tompkins.
Okay.
Right, and I dropped in on a nice, or not I dropped in, I dropped a nice Friday night bar tab
Okay.
on some essential oils.
Okay.
You know what that Friday night bar tab be looking like when you be out, wetting your whistle, so to speak. It
Wet
wasn't,
willies?
it wasn't cheap. But I got me some oil of oregano, I got me some black seed oil, a little elderberry, and I've been taking them on the daily because it's crazy out here with congestion and mucus and all different types of stuff. But it was one of those things where I thought about the investment that I was placing on my body and my health and my wellness in comparison to what that Friday night tab would have been. Listen, man, Friday is a terrible thing to waste, but you're going to get another one.
Yeah.
You ain't going to get another life.
That's the other side of it, man. The drinking heavily in this cold and all the rest of that, you pretty much making your immune system have to start over at zero every other time, right? You taking that hit on that side, so I do understand that long night of bar tab, why you feel the way you feel, especially now. I say ease into the big game Sunday with caution, folks. It is too damn cold for all of that.
And my man Benito gonna go crazy.
Hell yeah.
That's all I got, brother. Anything else you want to get to folks so we get up on out of here?
Man, I'm just hopeful for better days across all fronts, bro. Hopeful for warmer weather and better days. What about yourself?
I hope this goddamn snow disappears.
Hell yeah, bro.
Poof, pow, be gone.
All right, that's it for this one, man. Once again, it's been another fantastic episode of Off the Strength. I'm a trainer called Tony.
K.R. Jones.
Peace and much love to everybody out there. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Peace.
Cut.
That's the thumbnail.
Print. Beautiful. Dynamite. I ain't think your dick feels like.
Nah, dick. Fam, I couldn't handle that.
That's a thumbnail.
What's good, everybody? I'm a trainer called Tony, and I am here from the infamous Off the Strength podcast, asking you today, listeners, viewers, wherever you may be, to please listen, and subscribe to our podcast. This is how we're going to continue to be able to deliver you the best goddamn wellness information out here. So if you want to keep hearing this and you want us to keep growing, you are a part of this show just as much as anything else. So please go to offthestrength.com. Make sure you check out our blogs. Make sure you check us out on IG. And if you're hearing this voice and you didn't hit that subscribe button, know that Kyle is going to come looking for you.
You got that right.